Hello to all. After being away for quite some time, I'm back because there's a good reason about why I was away. I was heavily involved in the development of our next generation UI libraries. PrimeView V4 is the first Avenger. We've been doing this for like close to 20 years. So to stay relevant and to make it sustainable, we have to update it generation to generation. Now, our current libraries have been working fine, of course, but to make it like a future proof, we had to do some changes. And I'm happy to announce that PrimeView V4 is, as I mentioned, is out. And now I would like to cover what we have done briefly and what you should expect from PrimeTek in the near future. So the most important thing, the highlight, is the new theming. In the past, we were using SAS-based theming. Like this one, you had to go different repository, you had to deal with different SAS variables, generate themes, and then you will be able to use these themes. These theme files are like 12,000 lines, and for every combination like light mode and dark mode with primary colors, we have this different versions. So it was not very optimal, not very modern, let's say. But there was a good reason. There was no CSS variables when we started. Now we have updated it to CSS variables. Now there is no separate source repository. The theming is built in. So something like this doesn't exist anymore. So you see that this huge file, it's gone. And now it's fully optimized because now you only get the CSS of the components that you use. If you are using data table, you're just getting the CSS of data table. It's fully optimized, and it leads to many opportunities and many possibilities that were not possible before. So now you can, let's check out the PrimeView. Now we have also updated this landing page to see what we can do with PrimeView. And now, everything is here done with PrimeView components with some Tailent magic. With the V4, the next generation, the PrimeView and Tailent are now best friends. Let's say PrimeView libraries and Tailent become best friends because we are sunsetting PrimeFlex, and as a replacement, due to popularity of Tailent, we have chosen Tailent, and we have written a Tailent plugin to integrate our theming with it, and the end result is quite nice. So now you can see there's a configurator here. I can easily change the primary colors easily. There's no theme CSS loading, there's no flicker, and you don't need to get these themes from node modules, add it to your public repositories and public folders so that the browser can switch it. Everything is quite nice. Let's see what we have more. Like the dark mode is also now super easy to implement. The Prime UI library will blend in. If you're using dark mode, you just need to configure the Prime library. Okay, I'm using dark mode. This is your dark mode selector, or just get it by system by default. Okay, now we can just play with different colors, different combinations. These are the primary colors. There's a noir mode, which is the black and white, as you can see. And there's the primary color. There's also the concept of surfaces. Now, so there's no single dark mode. There's a surface layers like the grounds and the cards. It's a color palette from 50 to 950, so that you can easily change the main surfaces that you use. Plus, we have this concept. I'll try to use this version maybe. So this is the Aura theme. So the presets are, in the past we had the Bootstrap and the Prime One themes and Material. Now they're using the same engine, and you just configure the theming with presets. Okay, Aura is the default one. Let's switch to Lara, and now let me choose something like this. So now just focus on this one, the chat input. Now you see a back shadow around the input text, but with Aura, you see there's just a border. So every preset is like a design system implementation, you may think of it. We provided many hundreds of design tokens so that you can customize. For example, you check out the input switches. If you check out the Nora, which is like highly accessible, high contrast theme, mostly used in enterprise world, as you may just see. And Aura is very slick looking. Lara is like has a bootstrappy look, but they all have this same primer and surface based colors. But these presets mainly customize the components. For example, let's check out the tab view, or it's now called tabs because we have also renamed some of the components, like calendar became date picker and so on. Let's check out the tabs component. Now in the Aura, this is Lara. Let's check out this one. Okay, now there's a border at the top. This is the tab design of Lara preset. This is for Aura and this is for Nora. So different designs, and all these are dynamically. So when I switch the preset, everything switches dynamically because everything is based on design tokens. And what is a design token? A design token maps to CSS variables. Like there are 3 different types of tokens: primitive, semantic, and component. Primitives are like colors and things. Semantic are they have a context, they have a name like primary color and surfaces, and the components tokens are like button background, message color, and everything. So they are wired together. It's like a network. So if you like to just change, if you like Aura, just wanted to change the primary color, you just update the primary color and surface maybe. If you like to change the blue tone used in the preset, you just change the primitive colors. And if you like to customize a certain component, you have to dive in to the component tokens. I will have new videos about how to create your own themes, how to customize it, how to create your own presets. And before that, so this is like an overview. And we also have the other libraries are also catching up. So PrimeView right now is out, and we are updating the add-ons. So what are the add-ons? Like the UI kit. The Figma UI kit v3 is under active development, so that we will be able to sync these tokens to the Figma. Our design team is working on it, and I work with them almost daily. The idea is that in your design process, you should be able to use these configurators, something like this, in the Figma, so that your designers can easily change and play with the tokens. And also we are coming up with 2 new tools: the Figma plugin to generate themes directly from Figma, because a preset is actually a JavaScript object where you have the primitive tokens like colors, or the semantic has like focus rings, primary palette. For example, the form fields should use this padding and things like that. So these can be derived from Figma, and we need a plugin. And also, we had a visual designer in the past. A replacement is coming up. We were just waiting for this to come up. And the new replacement will be more useful compared to the old one, because you will have more control over the theming. And the blocks, Prime Blocks has been out for quite some time. Thank you for your interest in this. So they were ready to use blocks. Let's say everything here is a block. A block can be, let's say, a stat bar, something like this. So what we are doing is that we are rewriting. This part is almost done, and I will join the team to do some extra work. We are just migrating everything to Tailwind, because the current version of Prime Blocks is done with the PrimeUI library plus PrimeFlex. Now that PrimeFlex has been replaced with Tailwind, and there are 4 different versions like JSF, Angular, React, Vue. We are creating primeblocks.org so that you'll be able to see everything online. Once you purchase the block, you can just unlock the block, and there will be many free blocks as well. Right now, you have to download it. So what we would like to do is to make it an online-only application, so that we can keep updating the blocks, provide you new blocks, and also since we are combining. If you get the Prime Blocks, you will have access to the Angular version, React version, Vue version, free of charge. So just one payment, and you will get free updates for a year, and we will keep updating the blocks. And what we have more, The templates will also benefit greatly from the new theming architecture, because I've just updated Sakai. I will do a new tutorial about this. I mean, it was like a new project. So that imagine this configurator here where you can customize the preset surfaces and primary colors. And I deleted like more than hundreds of files from the old theming. So I'm really fan of the new theming, not because I just spent months on it with my colleagues. And that's it. What we have, let me check out my list. We have in PrimeView, in August, we will finish updating the unstyled mode presets as well. You know, you can just ignore all this theming, go to the tailwind.primeview.org, and you can just style everything, components. You can ignore the tokens, and you can just style everything with Tailwind classes. And we have also updated it to V4. It took like 2 weeks, and we will bring it to the next level by providing a TypeScript version, and we will implement the DX with, we will provide a manager to download these from GitHub using the npx command as well. And after August, in September, we will start the form library for PrimeView with, you know, Zot schema integration with validations, and then the RTL will follow up. And in the meantime, we are setting up the community guide because we really need your help maintaining all this stuff. And I will announce it next week. We've written a new community guide. You know, PrimeTek libraries are open source, but it's backed by our company. But now we would like to involve the community more, and we will even provide commit access. In the past, the company policy was like the committers can only be employees. Now we will offer contributor roles and committer roles to the community as well. So stay tuned for that news. And let's go to the PrimeNG. As you can see, if you see this demo here, it will be the next-gen library, right? So this is next-gen library if you see this demo. PrimeNG and PrimeRack doesn't have it yet because the teams are currently working on updating the PrimeNG to V18, which will be the next-gen version, new theming, new component updates, and PrimeRack is currently being rebooted by our new team. PrimeRack has a new team now, 2 full-time developers, and I will also be involved, and 2 more developers will join for most of the UI sections, and so that the core team and different team, you know, actually different people work on Prime libraries. For example, a person can work on PrimeView for 3 months and then jump to something else. Right now, PrimeRack has probably has the highest priority because, you know, PrimeNG, PrimeView, PrimeFace all are quite popular in their respective communities, but PrimeRack hasn't got picked up lately. And we got back to the drawing board, come up with a new plan, and it will have a new theming, Tailwind presets, pass-through features and everything. Whatever worked for PrimeView, hopefully will also work for PrimeRack as well. I think it will take like a couple of months, but we will have a working release candidate by the start of the 4th quarter. And let's check out PrimeNG. PrimeNG V18 will be the next gen, so it will have the new theming and new components, but we will move to avoid delaying the project, we will move the pass-through and the Tailwind integration. By Tailwind integration I mean you will be able to use this Tailwind plugin that we have created, which allows you to access Prime UI libraries theming colors with Tailwind by adding some classes like these, BG primary, for example, so that you should be able to create nice UI like this. But the Tailwind, the deeper integration means you will be able to style PrimeNG with Tailwind, which currently PrimeRack and PrimeView provides. It will also come, but it's delayed for after V18 because otherwise it will be really delayed. And we would like to get PrimeNG in this quarter, 3rd quarter as well. By mid August, let's say, we are planning to have a beta 1. And now we have what we have more, in the roadmap, the new web components, the finally, are coming up, but we had to delay it for the end of year. So once the Prime React is becoming more popular and PrimeView and PrimeNG become stable, our team will finally start the Prime UI web components, and then we will be able to provide these highly advanced components like sheet, calendar, like event calendar, Gantt chart, flowchart, HTML editor. So next year we will be fully focusing on these. And hopefully, there are many libraries, they provide avatars and simple input fields, but our full-time job is component library authoring. So we will also tackle these enterprise-grade components as well, which hopefully will provide some revenue to the projects for the continuity of the projects. So, as I mentioned, I'm back. We have a lot of things to do. And in the next tutorial, I think you will have a lot of questions about the new theming. So let's start with the new theming. Let's create a series of tutorials about how to install the themes, how to switch primary color surfaces and presets, how to define your own preset, how to deal with the dark mode efficiently, customize fonts and things like that. Let's get that out first, and then we can move on to some other topics. So thank you for joining me. Good to be back, and see you soon.